Life of Saint Mary from Egypt. The monk Zosima lived in a Palestinian monastery. One day an angel of the Lord appeared to him and told him to go to the monastic above at Jordan to overcome human pride. However, there is no one who is righteous, so that you may know how many other ways lead to salvation. Elder Zosima began to imitate other monks in spiritual work, and he went into the wilderness like everyone else to pray and repentance alone. On the 20th day, the monk met a traveler who was running away from him.
"Why do you flee from me, a sinful old man?
Why do you want to speak with me, a sinful woman? What did you wish to learn from me?" Zosima was frightened that she recognized him by name, having never seen him before, and they began to conduct a conversation.
Bless.
Bliss.
By your holy prayers, God has granted the Church and us all a lasting peace. But fulfill my unworthy request, Mother, and pray for the whole world and for me, a sinner.
A woman ascetic suddenly rose above the ground in prayer.
Lord, have mercy. I beseech you, by Christ our God, do not conceal from me who you are and how you came into this desert. Tell me everything, so that the wondrous works of God may be revealed.
It distresses me, Father, to speak to you about my shameless life. I was born in Egypt, and when I was 12 years old, I left my parents and went to Alexandria. There I lost my chastity and gave myself to unrestrained and insatiable sensuality. For more than 17 years I lived like that, and I did it all for free. To me, life consisted in the satisfaction of my fleshly lust. One summer I saw people from Libya and Egypt heading toward the sea. They were on their way to Jerusalem for the feast of the Exaltation of the Holy Cross. I also wanted to sail with them, so I arrived in Jerusalem and spent all the days living the same sort of life. When the hour of the holy elevation drew nigh, I was trying to enter into the church with all the people, but as soon as I stepped on the threshold, I was stopped by a certain power of God, not allowing me to enter. Then I felt that it was my sins that forbid me to see the life-giving tree. At that time the grace of the Lord touched my heart, and I saw before me the icon of the Most Holy Theotokos and turned to her with a prayer. O Virgin Lady, who gave birth to the flesh of God, the world, help me, most poor one. May I be allowed to enter the church. I promise you from this time on not to defile yourself any more with any fleshly filth, but as soon as I see the tree of the cross of your Son, I will renounce the world and immediately go to where you, as a surety, will guide me. And when I prayed like that, I suddenly felt that my prayer had been heard. This is how I learned the secrets of God, and that God is ready to receive the repentant. The Mother of God sent Mary to Jordan desert, where she spent 47 years without food and water, living on what God would give her. And more often she ate the word of God and comprehended secret knowledge without reading books or communicating with people, but only living among the wild beasts of the desert, protected by God and made constant penance. nonsense. She told all this to the elder and asked him, "Next year, when the holy great Thursday of the Lord's Last Supper comes, put in the holy vessel the life-giving body and blood of Christ and bring it to me. Wait for me on the other side of the Jordan." A year has passed. Zosima saw her standing on the other side of the river.
Glory to the God, glory to you. How could she get across the Jordan without a boat?
Bless, Father.
Truly, God is not wrong, who promised to liken to himself all those who purify themselves as far as possible to mortals. Glory to you, Christ our God, who showed me through his holy servants how far I am from the measure of perfection.
Zosimus handed over the holy gifts to Mary for communion. Lord, now let your servant depart in peace, for my eyes have seen your salvation.
If only it were possible for me to follow you and always see your holy face.
For the Lord's sake, pray for me and remember my wretchedness. A year later, Zosima, at the request of the ascetic, again came to the desert, but found only her body and an inscription on the ground, from which only then he learned her name, Marie, and that she died immediately after accepting the holy gifts of God on April 1st, a year ago.
Директор-продюсер Игорь Романченко, камерменс Вадим Гаспеллер, Сергей Пеиченко, скринрайтер-эдитор Алена Елисей, Мария Алена Елисей, Зосим Александр Гаваленко, Энджел Игорь Романченко, Зосимас Войс Ян Холм.